Probably you've wondered how in practice we can ensure that Podman is running our containers in rootless mode. In this video, I'll try to review how with simple commands you can check whether your containers are running in rootful or rootless mode. Without further ado, let's start. So first, I'll use Podman PS to see if we have certain containers running, and we see that for now we have nothing. On this system, I've linked Docker Compose to use Podman engine behind the scenes, so I can go into my containers directory where I have a Docker Compose file with certain services, and I can type Docker Compose, and let's rebuild the services. So as you can see, our services started, and in our terminal, we see now with Podman PS that we have several containers already running. So let's grab our PHP container and explore it. So type Podman top and then the container holding the PHP web server. And we see when we type Podman top and the name of the container that we have one root owned master process of Apache, and the rest is owned by www data, which is normal. And the thing is that here a root is being mapped from inside of the container to the host machine using UID mapping. So if I type cat etc soup UID, we'll see those mappings. For the current user, the root inside of the container is being mapped to this kind of range here. So now we can use the following command to inspect the container. So this is our container name, and we would like to grab its process ID. And this will give us information about the current running process ID for our container on our machine. And if we go deep and dig inside of the proc system where our processes are residing and look under this process ID number, we can also check its mapping. So I'll type UID map. At this moment, let's explore once again what was inside of the container. We see that we have the process ID of the container. We see here the first process with ID of 1 and the parent of 0 running. The parent ID of 0 here in the UID map shows that inside of the container, it will be mapped to the host machine of user ID 1002. And the third column is the range. So this line actually is especially designed for the root-owned process. And the next line is for the rest of the process with 12 to 16 process ID. They're being mapped to users starting from this number. We also have a range of 65,000 such users. So no matter that we see here that inside of the container, we are being running as root. Outside of the container, this is being mapped to a regular user. We can check with our ID that exactly the current running user is having an ID of 1002, and even the root process is being remapped to our local running user.